Do you think that this is a cover-up? And I'm not just talking about in the sense of Donald Trump not wanting to release the Epstein files. But we have heard from Jeffrey Epstein's brother here on the Don Lemon Show. We've heard from him several times. And by the way, he's very happy that the information is getting out and that his side of the story is actually getting out now, because before he thought that it was being suppressed or that the media was just ignoring it. And it has been his belief all along that something nefarious happened with his brother and that someone is covering it up. He doesn't believe the video is on the up and up. And again, this is him saying this. This is just not me saying it. This is him saying it. He believes that something happened and that the investigators, that the administrations, that the authorities, or the powers that be, he believes that something is going on. Okay? And so I want to play for you. This is a fascinating report. And everything I tell you is not always sexy. It's not always hyperbolic, but I want you to listen to this. And this is from a legit news organization. Now, we'll see what happens in a bit. This is from CBS News. And they have examined some of the evidence, and especially the videotape or the surveillance tape from the prison and from Jeffrey Epstein's pod or cell, a corridor where he was being housed. And according to this report, it is not adding up. Okay, everybody sit back, and I want you to watch this.
This was the nearly 11-hour video agents reviewed when they investigated the death of convicted child predator Jeffrey Epstein. Government officials say it's proof that no one entered his cell tier. Malfunctioning equipment meant only one camera recorded the general area, and that camera captured part of the common area, including the officer's station and a sliver of the staircase leading to Epstein's cell. Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino.
There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it.
CBS News has reviewed the tape, and this is what it shows. The primary entrance is here. The pathway from the entrance to the stairs is completely out of view of the camera, leaving ample room for someone to enter unseen. This is the last time Epstein is believed to have been seen on camera, but we don't see him walking up the stairs to his cell. Bongino also said none of this video was doctored. It was the original, raw footage from the camera.
We're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans.
But a review by multiple video forensic experts found several indications this may not be raw footage. For example, at 11:21 p.m., a cursor appears briefly, indicating the video may have actually been a recording of a computer screen. Experts told CBS News the video's metadata, which tracks how a file is created and changed, shows it's made from two clips edited together. Then, at 11:58 p.m., the video suddenly jumps to midnight, and the aspect ratio shifts. Here's U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
There was a minute that was off the counter, and what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night.
But a government source familiar with the probe told CBS News the FBI and other agencies are in possession of a copy of the video that records with no interruption.
These inconsistencies, while not contradicting the conclusion Epstein died by suicide, do introduce questions that the government so far has declined to answer. The Department of Justice, Adriana, has not responded to our request for comment.
Wow. Now, again, this is reporting, and these are the things that make people go, Now, before, this was just a right-wing conspiracy theory. This was a MAGA folks trying to, compare it somehow. It was going the way of Pizzagate. At least that's what most people who are not part of the MAGA cult or not conspiracy theorists or not part of the whole QAnon faction of the American populace, and really around the world. And so there were many people, especially people who are of, what should I say, of right mind, I don't mean on the right, who weren't conspiracy theorists, thought, okay, this will go away. This is nothing. And now, because Donald Trump has now put the brakes on releasing those files and has been so adamant about it, he has drawn the attention. He's made this the #1 search story for a while. And I believe even now still, at least it was as of last week or earlier this week, The number one search story, Epstein files, Trump, that sort of thing. And that's pretty much most of the questions that he get. He has done this. It has been of his own doing, of his own volition that this has happened. Donald Trump, you're going to hear, Donald Trump spoke out yesterday and he said that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell stole his girls. And you heard the audio. We've got the video. There's also, we're going to hear about a cover-up. Now, I want you to hear this first. And so you saw what CBS reported. This was Mark Epstein on our program not long ago saying that he believed that this was a cover-up. Here it is. Mark, why do you think there would be such a big cover-up? What is there to cover up?
Well, the cover-up of Jeffrey was murdered. And if he was murdered, assuming he was murdered, all right, then somebody orchestrated this, because you can't just walk in and kill somebody in maximum security in the federal prison. So someone orchestrated this, and the people are hiding the fact. They're covering it up because they don't want to find out who actually had to authorize this hit or sanction this hit. This is, like, again, if it was a normal homicide investigation, you would look for who would benefit by Jeffrey's death, who could have pulled this off, who had the ability to have the Justice Department cover it up, who had the ability to have them, ignore the findings of the two qualified forensic pathologists that actually did the autopsy. Everyone else was making comments about the autopsy. They weren't there. They didn't see the body. So I don't know how you can put their opinions above that of the actual pathologists that have done the autopsy.
And then Jeffrey Epstein's brother on with us recently as well.
If Jeffrey was murdered, which I believe he was, somebody did it. So the people who are coming out with these ridiculous statements, I think, are covering up for somebody. So who are they covering up for? Bill Barr worked for the President of the United States. Kash Patel works for the President of the United States. Pam Bondi works for the President of the United States. Maybe someone should ask him what he knows.
Who do you think they're covering up for?
Who do they all work for?
They all work for Donald Trump.
We know that Jeffrey had dirt on Donald Trump. We know that. That's a fact.
And what did Jeffrey know?
Well, I don't know. He didn't tell me what he knew, but he said if he said what he knew, they'd have to cancel the election. That's a direct quote. They used to be very friendly back in the 90s. Yeah, they were good friends. I wouldn't be surprised.
You wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump was behind your brother's death? Are you saying that Donald Trump had your brother murdered, do you believe?
If that's what it was, I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, again, this isn't me saying this. This is Jeffrey Epstein's brother. I believe his only surviving relative, or his closest surviving relative, the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, Mark Epstein, saying this. Mark Epstein has been pushing to have this information released in more transparency. And he was just on, I believe it was 2 days ago, on Monday, discussing how he believes that from the autopsy, the evidence and the information, the photographs from the autopsy, that it just doesn't add up. What he calls the ligature marks. He also says the video that they have been putting out and some of the photographs don't match the actual photographs. I don't know if we have some of it. Don't match the actual photographs and video that has been put out by the government. Now we do have, this is from the Wired story that shows one thing, and then the photographs that were sent to us, or a photograph that was sent to us by Mark Epstein, he says it doesn't add up. And then you have the CBS reporting now saying that something is off with the video. So where this had been a conspiracy theory is now turning into the possibility that some of that conspiracy, I shouldn't say may be right, but it has led to the possibility that there is some sort of cover-up. And they're saying that does this look the same to you? And go back to the other one, Andy, if you can. Is this the same to you? I don't know. I mean, the bolts and the stuff on the door look a little bit different. I don't know, but he's saying, again, that it doesn't match up. The Daily Beast is reporting this. I think there are two different articles. Let's go to the Daily Beast. It says a mysterious orange shape raises more questions about Epstein footage. Now, I'll just go down a little bit because I'm not sure how much of this we have, but here's the thing. That is Jeffrey Epstein. It says experts say there are flaws in the official explanation for why a shadowy figure moved in the direction of Jeffrey Epstein's prison cell the night he died. A mysterious orange shape was recorded ascending the stairs to where Epstein's cell was located, which federal investigators previously concluded was a corrections officer carrying up linen or inmate clothing on Epstein's final night alive. Connor McCourt is a retired NYPD sergeant and forensic video expert, told CBS News he disagrees with the conclusion reached by the DOJ's Office of Inspector General. Doesn't believe that it was someone changing the linens. So that is the video that has been slowed down. That is a screen grab of it. We'll show it to you in a second, okay? But let me just read a little bit more of this. It's more likely it's a person in an orange uniform, he said. More specifically, a person wearing an orange inmate jumpsuit. CBS reported that other forensic experts were also skeptical of the conclusion reached by federal investigators. This is not going away. And thanks to Donald Trump, it has been opened up even more. We have this. We have Donald Trump saying they stole my girls. This is bizarre. Something's not right in Denmark here. There's a great deal of importance in who or what that grainy orange figure is. It traveled up the stairs to Epstein's cell block around 10:40 p.m. on August 9, 2019, and is the last recorded movement in the direction of Epstein's cell in the Metropolitan Correction Center before his body was discovered by guards the next morning. First, the video, what is believed to be the video of this orange blob, because that screen grab that we showed you, that was the picture, but then there's also video that we have, Andy. Can we show it? There we go. And so apparently in that corner, going towards Epstein's cell, video slowed down. And what is that orange thing in the corner right there? What do you guys think? Is there too much around this that is unknown? You think it's become too conspiratorial? I think it's become too conspiratorial. I think there is a reason, obviously, and maybe they don't have a good reason to tell the public, but there's a reason or reasons the administration doesn't want the Epstein files released. And the more they don't want it released, the more the public interest grows, the more the conspiracies grow. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.